Cascade Casino's You Are On Screen, your look into the world of film and television. Brought to you by the Cascade Casino in Langley.
This isn't what we needed. We've already got 3 drywall walls, so now the drywall's getting wet. Everything inside's getting wet. Jillian, we're getting too much water up here. We gotta poke a hole in it.
I need to put a nail at the end of this.
This is not what we needed.
Oh my God. There's a lightning storm right now. I'm worried about him. People are freaking out right now.
And with that rain, you would think that was in Vancouver, but it was in Baltimore. And that, of course, was Jillian Harris, who you can see on Extreme Makeover Home Edition. That looked scary.
It was a little bit freaky, you guys. And actually, you know, it's funny because people always think, okay, Desperate Housewives is going to be on in like an hour, so everything is just going to work out. But it's not. It is crazy. And actually, I'll admit, there's such a huge team that you're always at one point you're thinking, okay, we're going to get rescued. Yeah. But this time, like on that last episode, that was the season premiere this year. Yeah. I cried twice that day because I was like, oh my God, we're never going to get this place. Everything was ruined.
I love that you had a raincoat on, but it was over top of a very frilly, very dainty outfit.
I've been told that I may wear dresses too much on the side of it, but I wear my work boots with it and a hard hat.
Just like today, you've got a tutu on.
I've got a tutu
on.
But
you've got boots on.
I've got boots.
Albeit 4-inch heels, but that's cool.
I've been trying to figure out how to wear this tutu with absolutely everything, but today I kind of wanted to be a little businessy, so I wore the tutu.
So business on top, party on the bottom.
You're like, yeah, I like this. You'd never know you're from Alberta.
Yeah, right.
How did the whole makeover thing happen for you? Because of course design is what you do. It's who you are.
Exactly. Well, I was here working. Started with Cactus Club, and then I did Brown's Restaurants, and I did design for them. And then the whole Bachelorette thing was just kind of like...
You were the Bachelorette? What? What?
I know. I became a temporary hot tub expert there for a while.
And all the power to you.
Yes, thank you.
I wouldn't have the cojones.
Oh, God, I wish
what
I
did
could
you call it the other day? You called it man stew?
Man
in a hot tub with that many guys?
Too many guys in a hot tub. But you agreed to do that show, and then of course you became the Bachelorette.
Yeah, well, and you know, I did it just for fun because I am one of those people that will just go for it. And I was single at the time, and we all know it is hard to meet guys in the city.
A little bit.
Yeah, so anyways, I thought, whatever, I'll do it. But I thought I was gonna be one of those girls that was on the show for like a week, and then I would be done.
Right.
But then that, like, one thing led to another. When I got off the Bachelorette, I was like truly traumatized. After you're on the front cover of Us Weekly, you are just completely traumatized.
Well, and it had been because you did Bachelor first, right?
Yeah.
And then so like this had been a long stretch of your life that you thought was going to be 7 days.
Totally. And then so I said, okay, back to my career. I really miss my career. I've done all this stuff that's public, and now all these people know me as for really something I'm not. So I really tried so hard to re-educate people. Like, this is who I am. I'm Jill the designer. I'm Jill the designer. And I was getting all these offers to do hosting gigs and to do all this stuff, and I said I will not go on TV again unless it's something to do with the things I'm passionate about, which is fashion, design, philanthropy,
hot tubs.
Hot tubs.
No, we're leaving the hot tubs. No hot tubs. No Extreme Makeover.
No. I still like them, but just not on.
But
so how did the Extreme Makeover thing happen for you?
Well,
then?
because they said to me, "Do you want to do anything else on TV?" ABC said, you know, and I was like, "No, no, no. I am done. No more. I just want to get married, live happily ever after."
Which is what you really want.
Which is what I really want. And I don't actually care so much about the whole walking down the aisle thing, but I'm a family girl. I can't wait to have kids and go camping and just like, you know, have fun.
Yeah.
So then they said, well, what about Extreme Makeover Home Edition? And how, when you're a designer and you love families, like,
you know,
and Ty Pennington, how do you say no?
It's funny that you didn't really think of it. You know, that it sort of was this kind of blank, and then they
actually,
or did you?
Actually, when I did the application video, and I have to dig this out somewhere for a Bachelorette, my cousin was staying with me at the time, and in the morning she goes, "Did you send in your Bachelorette application video?" And I said, "No." And she goes, "Why?" I go, "I just feel like, you know, here I am, this like 27-year-old successful designer, and you know, now I'm going to go on TV to date somebody." I go, "It just doesn't seem like me." And she goes, "Well, why are you doing it?" And I said, "Well, I legitimately do want to find somebody, but do I need to go on TV to do it?" And you know, there's two different people. I think personally, people go on that kind of show for two reasons. One is they really do want to find somebody, but there is sort of an intriguing part about wondering what being on TV is like. And I think because I'm a hyper
You're being really
person,
gentle. I think so many people go on that show because they want 15 minutes of fame and they don't care about love.
Yeah.
And I think that's 90% of people these days.
Yeah. I mean, I cared more about the love, but I was interested about what that would be like. And so I said, so if that's the case, I should be doing something like Extreme Makeover Home Edition. Like those are the only two shows I ever watched.
And you just sort of threw it out there.
So I did an application video saying, Extreme Makeover Home Edition, this is my favorite show. I cry every night, I watch it every Sunday. You should hire me to be a designer. So I actually did that video. I had both of them in the same outfit.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, the same outfit. And I never sent the Extreme Makeover Home Edition one because I was like, you know, if I find a guy, and I was like, okay, if I do this, then I can do this.
So you're not really a planner, are you?
No, you would put the puzzle in place already.
That's funny because it was obviously meant to be on the show.
Well, and what's it like? I mean, you know, you talk about it. You can't watch that show without being deeply affected by the stories of these families, and in so many levels. First of all, the families are getting great things, but the people that you guys choose on the show are doing incredible things in their community.
Absolutely, and you know, it is, and every single time, you know, I keep on asking, you know, Michael and Ty, like, do you ever get numb to this? Do you ever get numb? And you don't, because every time it's a new family, and every time you just, I come home from work feeling just incredibly so happy and so grateful. And as cliche and cheesy as it sounds, you know, sometimes it brings tears to my eyes to know that that is what I do for a living.
Oh,
Not only do I get to just still do design, which I always felt like was sort of a superficial career in a way, because, you know, it's materialistic things, but you get to bring happiness to people's lives by, you know, by design.
Well, so you're obviously doing the show. You've moved back to Vancouver because that whole Bachelorette thing didn't work out. We all read the articles. Yeah.
It didn't work out. Yeah.
But you've resettled back in Vancouver?
Yeah. Well, you know, it was, I'll admit, it was not as, you know, you see these people break up, you know, Tony Parker and Eva Longoria and all this stuff. And you just think these people are famous, and so, like, I'm sure they're fine, you know, I'm sure they're getting a manicure right now. But I was a really tough period in my life this last year or whatever, because I really actually did think he was the one. Call me stupid, but I really actually did.
It's not stupid.
Yeah, I really did.
But to do that publicly, I mean, anybody who's had their heart broken, you don't want anybody to know about it. And to do it publicly, I can't even imagine.
Right, and so that's what I did. I did this whole, like, I'm okay thing, I'm okay. And then I'm like, you know what, this is what all of us girls do. We pretend we're okay, and I was like, I'm not okay, I'm really sad, but I'm gonna bounce back. And I actually came to Vancouver to renovate my place, and I was going to sell it because I wasn't sure if I wanted to live here. And I was here for maybe 24 hours, and I completely fell in love with it again.
All over again.
Yeah.
When you're away from the city for a while and you come back, I mean, it's hard not to be impressed.
I don't think, I mean, for people who are watching this right now, if you haven't driven across the Granville Bridge or the Lions Gate, and you haven't done this to your heart, like, oh my God,
especially
this is
today
beautiful.
with the view, it's incredible. So when can we see you on an Extreme Home Makeover?
Okay, so I took a little time off work after I decided to move back here, and I realized that, you know, my whole life has been surrounded by my career. I decided I go back to work in January.
Nice.
So I'll probably be on an episode early February. My last episode was 2 Sundays ago.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So I'm taking a little time off. I have a few design projects on the side, and I just finished renovating my condo. And
how fun.
It's been so much fun. Yeah, it's been great. I didn't do it in 7 days, but yeah, it was fun. And so yeah, I'm just gonna continue. I have my own design business here in Vancouver. So I'm continuing to do a few residential, a few restaurant projects, but really focus on me again and just taking a breath and calming.
Which is good advice for anyone. I don't think she's a very calm person.
Like, right, take a breath.
Anywho, you can watch Extreme
Jillian,
Makeover
beautiful.
Home Edition, great show, and we all do cry at the end, even the people with the mustaches. Thanks so much, Jillian.
Thank you guys for having me.
This mustache doesn't
We've been trying to get you here forever. I'm glad we finally did.
I know, what happened?
Do you want to touch a mustache? There was not one guy with a mustache on the show with you, was there?
And I wish that there was, because I really love facial hair. I love hair. I love big, hairy guys.
Keep talking, lady.
Sister.
Oh, right.
Okay, we're going to take a break. When we return, we're going to be